Hi, I'm David Congreave and this is my assistant Beth Rudkin. Last week we talked about the importance of backing up your data, and this is one of the aspects of home business work that I like to call head in the sand work. Bethany, would you like to explain to the viewers what head in the sand work is?
Not really. Head in the sand category refers to work that you know is important, but because it's going to cost money or it seems complicated, then you put it off or just ignore it.
Yes, and backing up the data certainly comes into the category of head in the sand work for a lot of business owners. But as we saw last week, it doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. So for the next few weeks we're going to look at some of these pieces of work that will come into that category and show how they can be completed with the minimum of fuss. First of all, we're going to talk about the subject of compliance. Bethany, would you like to explain to the viewers what compliance is?
No, not really. Compliance is ensuring that your business is compliant with the laws and regulations of the country in which you work.
Very good, and if you're going to have to take your business seriously, it's certainly something you need to give attention to. Otherwise the result could be heavy fines or even jail time. So Bethany, where would you start in this area?
Shiny. I would start by googling the term home business advice.
That's a good idea. Most authorities want you to be compliant, so they'll provide you information to help you to do so. It's a case of putting aside an hour or two to do some reading and see if there's any areas which you need to figure out and sort out for your business to be compliant.
What about paying taxes?
Well, that's a really different subject, but again, it's something you can Google and you'll find information that will help you to do your tax returns. If it's something you really can't face doing, then hire an accountant to do it for you. It doesn't cost as much as you think, and that's definitely an area that you can't afford to just ignore.
Do you have to be compliant with other countries as well, or just your own?
That's a really good question. Obviously your own country is the most important, but if your clients, the majority of them are in another country, then there may be compliance issues to consider as well. So for example, if you work in the UK, but your customers are based in the US, there are some compliance issues to consider. And this is actually a very important area, because if there's an extradition treaty between your country and the country of your clients, well, that's a whole different kettle of fish.
That sounds scary.
Well, again, it's something that the majority of home business owners are never going to have to worry about, but because it's such a serious issue, it's something you can't afford to ignore. We're going to be studying it a little bit more next week, but for the time being, Google small business advice or small business compliance, and you should find plenty of information to help you out there.
And then when you've done that, Google I can has cheeseburger.
And we'll see you next week.